Cargo ships transport our world, but why do most people know absolutely nothing about them? Have you ever wondered where the things you use every day come from? The bread for your sandwich, the corn to feed our favorite farm animals, or the salt we use on roads in the winter? With over 29 active Algoma ships and 90,000 cargo ships across the world, our industry is responsible for the import and export of almost all of the goods we use in our everyday life. But today we want to show you why this matters and hopefully help you find a place where you fit in this world on water. Here at Algoma, we seek adventure. So our solution to finding the answers to all of your questions was to, let you hitchhike on one of our ships from Goderich to the Welland Canal. Our journey starts in Goderich, Ontario at the largest salt mine in the world. We're getting on the Algoma Conveyor as she's being loaded with salt. She's 2 football fields long and part of Algoma's Equinox class, which is a fleet of 10 eco-friendly vessels that Algoma invested $560 million in building. As soon as we got on, we were greeted and guided to our cabins. Once we settled in, we met Sabrina, who showed us around the living quarters.
How are you? Come in. So, these are our cabins. We all have our own beds or our own rooms, our own bathrooms. We all have double beds. We got our TVs. Everyone has their own windows, so we can just look out, and when we're in the canals, we can just get a view of the outside. So here we have the mess. This is where everyone eats 3 meals a day, breakfast, dinner, and supper, because I'm from Newfoundland. So dinner is your lunch, supper is your dinner. So we got our own little fridges. We got our coffee, our cream, our yogurt, juices, and then we got a little salad bar whenever we're wanting a little snack. Our little delicious freezer. They'll stock them up every day whenever it gets low. So we're never out of ice cream. So this is our crew rec room. So we'll just turn on movies or TV. And if there's more than a couple people, they'll just pick and choose what we want to watch. So we all got our own internet cards, and we get 40 gigabytes a month. So we can just stream whatever we want to do. So we got our gym. We even got a TV in our gym too. And we got the little bouncy thing. Don't know what they're called, but some sort of thing. And we got a bunch of machines. So let's go pass by some time.
Then we headed up to the wheelhouse to see where Sabrina works.
Okay, so this is where I work too. So we'll be steering. Captain will give us our orders. The orders to steer 180 degrees, 10 degrees port, 10 degrees starboard, things like that. And then we got our radars over there, got our wheel there, and then we got all big windows all around, so the captains and mates got a good view of what's going on. I like steering, seeing different places. You always got good views too, so it's always a bonus.
Hello, my name is Dhruv, and I'm the second officer on board the Algoma Conveyor. So this ship is 740 feet long, and we have 28,000 tons of cargo on board. We have 5 massive cargo holds that are probably the size of a house each, and they're all full of salt. These are our life rings in case something goes wrong. We throw these out to the guys. That's never happened before. We do things very safely, but there's emergency protocols. We also have a free fall lifeboat on board where if we have to abandon ship in case of an emergency, we climb into the lifeboat and we have a lever which we pump, and then the lifeboat goes into the water and we can escape the boat safely. So right now we're in the Welland Canal, but if we were more in open waters, we would be watching out for marine mammals, keep an eye out for whales, and if we see anything, we usually alter course so we don't interfere with them and stay out of their way.
We were getting a little hungry, so we went to go find the cook and learn a little bit more about the food on board.
I start my day by cooking bacon and sausages and making fresh pancakes, fresh toast, and obviously as soon as that's done, I make a menu so the guys could literally just come in and go, okay, that's what's there for today. I have 3 individual walk-in fridges. This fridge is pretty much all my fruit and veg and dairy products in here. There's 2 walk-in freezers. In this one, we have our ice creams, our bread, our pastries, frozen vegetables, frozen fries, that kind of thing. Last but not least, is our protein fridge. Pork, beef, sausages, whatever, all our raw products goes in here. You're working with 20-odd people, you do not want to get anyone sick. So everything has to be separated and making sure that everything is on a higher standard level. And that's it. Here's all our dry store. Tinned tomatoes, our dressings, anything dry pretty much belongs in here. Obviously, coming from the accent, I'm not from Canada, I'm from London, England. I've started chefing when I was 18 years old. I got interested in sailing very much so when I was with Royal Caribbean and kind of cruising, but I never knew there was an industry in Canada. You can't just come on board. You have to get certification from Transport Canada. Having your marine first aid, you don't know if one of the deckhands or someone in your vicinity is actually in danger. You might be able to help them. You know, that's why we do these things. And we do fire drills and making sure that you know where your exits are and you know where your meeting points are. It is a great, great career path to have. It really is. I mean, anyway, from the captain, the chief mate, deckhands, in the engine room, even the catering aspects of things. Having a good cook is a great motivation for the rest of the team. I enjoy what I do. I really do. I pretty much think I've seen most of Canada than any Canadian, you know? So it's an experience how vast this country is. You do make a lot of good friends as well. I enjoy being here. I really do enjoy it.
After lunch or dinner or supper, we went down to the heart of the ship to meet the engineers who keep the ship running.
So this is the heart of the ship. This is the engine control room. This is where we start the engine, we stop the engine. This is where we control the potable water, the ventilation, the electricity. Everything going on the ship is happening here. Then we have this computer is only for the main engine, control the timing, the exhaust valve opening, the fuel quantity. So this is one of the most important computer on board. Well, here we have a slow-speed engine. That's a massive engine that only rotates at 100 RPM. Usually like a car engine, typical car engine will run at 4,000 RPM. This engine is running at 100. And at slow speed, we can run it as low as 40 RPM. So it's less than one revolution per second. With Algoma, most of the ships, they are equipped with an exhaust gas scrubber, which is controlled by this monitor over there. Because we're burning heavy fuel, this is not a very clean fuel. It's got sulfur inside, and this is harmful for the environment. So now this system is removing the sulfur that would otherwise go in the air. The exhaust gas goes through a shower. The water takes out the sulfur from the exhaust gas. Oh, it's very efficient. Like almost all of the sulfur is gone. I came on ship because of you get to see the world. Like I've traveled all over the world. I've been in every continent, every place on Earth. I've been to Australia, Singapore, China, all over Europe, all the Caribbean. If you like to travel, you come work on the ship.
Then it was time to head down to the lowest part of the ship, a room they call the tunnel.
The cargo, which is salt right now, is up here. And what happens is it's gravity fed into this conveyor system by opening these gates here. The salt will come down on the conveyor belt, and there's 2 of them on each side. And what will happen is that we'll take it to the transfer, which are right here. These transfers take that cargo, move it into the loop, and take it up, and it goes onto the boom, and that's where it's unloaded onshore.
Then it was finally time to meet the captain, the man in charge of safely delivering the 28,000 tons of cargo on board.
I started in the galley, really, on fishing boats in the galley, and then just worked my way up from third mate, the second mate, the first mate, and the captain. I'm been at sea for 54 years, and I love my job. I really love my job. I love training people, and it's the camaraderie. We have everything you want. It's better than being at home. Where can you get? Does your mother get up and make you 3 choices of a meal? Breakfast, dinner, and supper? You know, you got everything you want here. The people you meet and what you're going to learn, the places you see, and see how other people live and how other people work. You can learn so much at the navigation or engineering or just ways of life, you know, at everyday life. You learn how to make decisions. You got to look at climate change, and you got, you know, the environment. We got to look after the environment. If maybe not for us guys, but for our grandkids or great grandkids, it's going to be a big, you know, it's going to make a big difference. You know what I mean? We got to keep them safe.
The lakes and the oceans are the lifeline of Canada. At Algoma, respecting and protecting our earth, water, and life by making our ships the most eco-friendly and efficient ships they can possibly be has been in our DNA for over a century. With an interest in over 80 vessels worldwide, for us, it's not just about sailing our Great Lakes and oceans. It's about sailing towards a safer and greener future.
Are you ready to seek new adventures?
Are you ready to seek new adventures?
Are you ready to seek new adventures?
Êtes-vous prêt pour une belle aventure?
Are you ready to seek new adventure?
Are you ready to sail with Algoma?